I'm Dr. Bob Greykowski. Welcome back to the Better Brain Academy. We're going to continue on reviewing how our digestive processes affects our overall brain health and how our brain health affects our digestion. There's this constant feedback loop from the brain to the body, and unfortunately with today's diet we actually get into a cycle where we as a society are getting more overweight and more dis-ease processes with our entire body, our blood sugar, our certain autoimmune type of problems where our own immune system is fighting against itself. So we have to look at the digestion process from a simple point today. One is when we first start to digest our food, smelling our food triggers the hunger response to stimulate certain digestive enzymes to start to break down our food. In olden days, when you'd be cooking for a while, you could smell the food, and it would stimulate that process to start to break down your food. In today's society, where it's things very fast, you don't actually smell a lot of the food, you lose a lot of those important senses to break down your food and to start that process. So once you ingest the food and start to chew on it, there's a trigger to the brain that tells it to start to release certain enzymes in the digestive process of the stomach, in the small intestine, and all through the small intestine into the colon, and then elimination. So if you look at the first thing, sugars are the largest part of your tongue for taste, and they also are the first thing that start to break down when we start to eat. Unfortunately, we eat so many carbohydrates, so many foods that are high in sugars, that it can limit or restrict our proper digestion. If you look at the timing of the day, if you go back to your Better Brain eating log, it says, when are you eating, what are you eating, how much water. So in the process of digesting, if you drink a lot of water with your meal, you actually reduce some of these enzymes in the stomach and restrict the digestive breakdown of the proteins and some of the fats as it goes through the digestive process. So think of it very simply, that there's things going on different levels, but your mouth and coming down into the stomach and beginning in the stomach are your carbohydrates. Your proteins are digested mainly started in the stomach, and then as we go into the small intestine and go over toward the gallbladder and liver, then your fats are broken down. Now there's a little bit of each of these levels, but there are enzymes that are necessary for the breakdown in your stomach. As we get older, the type of cells that make the enzymes and the acids that come together to digest or break down foods, the acids will sometimes, cells will get higher and the enzyme cells get less. So what happens is you're not breaking down your food and can create a lot of digestive problems. So sometimes you, rather than reducing your stomach acid, you want to increase your stomach enzymes. There are so many people that are taking antacids and things to reduce the stomach acid, but that actually creates more of a problem. You need to increase the enzymes because there's enough acid there so you can break down your food. Taking proteolytic or digestive enzymes at the beginning of your meal, if you're having digestive problems, is a great thing to do. You have to realize that your stomach acids and your fire of the stomach is most prevalent and strongest from about 10 o'clock in the morning until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's the time of the day when your body is ready to digest food. And so if you look at making your largest meal of your day in that 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock period, you're going to actually store less fat. So starting the day with sugars, toast and fruit and bagels, they used to think that was a good thing to do, but actually what it does is it stimulates your hunger centers and you become more hungry and you tend to eat more throughout the day. So starting maybe staving off some of your time of eating your breakfast a little bit later and compressing the time that you eat your dinner later at night into smaller periods so you have a smaller window of time so that you're phasing your body to digest at its peak hours of efficiency. We're going to talk more about what's called biophasing and digestive breaks. That's important to give your body enough time to break down the food. In hunter-gatherer days, we didn't eat all day long. We would eat at a certain point and then we would just use our physical body. We don't use it as much as we used to, so it's important to really compress our time of our day. I like to tell people that if you can compress your digestive hours to 12 hours and then work it down to maybe 10 or even 8 hours, so you're not eating for the rest of the day. If it's a 12-hour, I mean you got 12 hours of rest and ability for your digestive tract to work properly. The other thing in the Better Brain Eating Log that is a problem, so if you're drinking too much water with your meal, you're going to dilute your digestive enzymes. So you may need to supplement that. And those can be purchased at any type of health food store. Look at proteolytic or digestive enzymes. And you just add that at the beginning of your meal. That can stave off a lot of problems in the gut. And if you have problems with elimination, constipation, or challenges where you don't feel like your bowels are moving properly, then you might not be getting enough water. Remember, you need to have about half of your body weight in ounces. The colon is where you compress a lot of the digestive fecal matter and expel it. If you don't have enough water in your diet throughout the day, but not with your meal, if you don't have enough water throughout the day, you can create a lot of digestive problems. So it's important to look at this flow. You got to break down, start your day with less sugars and more dense foods, more proteins. Allow the digestive processes to do its properly as it's going through the digestive process. 30 minutes to an hour after meal, start to drink a lot more water, and you're going to allow for better elimination. So just looking at the timing of when you're eating, compressing that's a focus for today, but also making sure that you're looking at, if you are having digestive challenges, look at getting some proteolytic enzymes that will help in the digestive challenges that might come about. This is another Better Brain tip from Dr. Bob. We're going to continue on looking a little bit deeper at the digestive breakdown, but it's important to start simple. Smell your food, allow it to break down, allow it to eliminate, and your body's much healthier. Look forward to talking to you later.